Good evening, everyone. This is Arthur Robinson Jr. I'm the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this video. In this video, you're going to experience life-changing information that you won't find anywhere else. I'm doing an incredible interview with a great friend of mine. His name is Joe Sugarman. And Joe Sugarman has generated millions of dollars as being a successful copywriter. So in this interview that I'm going to reveal to you, Joe Sugarman, he talks about how you can make millions of dollars as being a successful copywriter. He also talks about how he made millions of dollars with the 1-800 number, and he also reveals to you in detail how he made real money as direct mail order and much, much more. This is specialized training that you will not find anywhere else. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax, and write down some notes. In this interview that I'm going to reveal to you with my great friend Joe Sugarman in regards to you can be a successful copywriter is going to change your life. So check it out.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Good evening, everyone. This is Arthur Robinson Jr., and tonight I have another special interview for all of you. Tonight I have a wonderful person on the call, and he's a great friend of mine. His name is Joe Sugarman. And for those that don't know Joe, let me explain to you about this incredible man. Joe Sugarman is the chairman of JS&A Group Incorporated, Blue Blocker Corporation, Del Star Publishing, and president of a biotech company, Stem Cell Products, LLC, all based in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was born and raised in the Chicago area and attended the Electrical Engineering College of the University of Miami for 3.5 years before being drafted into the U.S. Army in 1962. He then spent over 3 years in Germany, where he served with the Army Intelligence Service and later with the CIA. Returning home, he formed a company to market Australian ski lifts in the United States, and then later formed his own advertising agency to service ski resort accounts. The New York Times called Joe Sugarman a mail-order maverick. Bottom line has regarded him as one of the country's greatest copywriters. And Success Magazine called him one of the most successful direct marketing gurus of all time. Joe Sugarman defined the experts throughout his career and came up with the legendary successes that broke many of the marketing rules of his time. And that is an awesome resume. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Joe Sugarman to the call.
Well, thank you, Arthur. Thanks for the kind comments.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Joe, for taking time out your busy schedule to educate my listeners about the power of copywriting and the power of marketing. I gladly appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. I should clarify something. You probably have never had somebody who's failed more times than I have. So I'm probably the biggest failure you've ever had on your program. But I was lucky, and there were a few principles that I followed that brought me a lot of success.
Okay, so what I would like to know, and can you educate my listeners in regards to who you are, how long have you been in your powerful industry, and what is your expertise?
Well, I think the strongest thing I have is let's say the power of my pen. In other words, I am a writer, basically a writer, and through my writing, I have been able to create persuasive messages that brought me success. So I would say it's just my ability to write. Also, I think another thing is the fact that I've had so many failures. I've had this philosophy also that has helped me a lot, and that is that for every problem lies within that problem an opportunity so big that it dwarfs the problem. And so whenever I have problems, whenever I have failures, I look at the situation and I say to myself, okay, where is the opportunity here? Sometimes there is no opportunity. You just have to take your lumps. But I can give you, would you like a couple examples?
Yes, I would.
Well, I think probably a good example is the toll-free number. Before, toll-free order number, before there was toll-free order taking, the credit card companies did not allow you to take an order over the telephone because they insisted on having the signature of the person purchasing your product. So we had to sign an agreement with the credit card companies that we would have the signature of the client. Well, in the beginning, one of my first products that I discovered was the pocket calculator. And I noticed that there were a lot of people who would call me and say, Mr. Sugarman, we need this calculator right away, but we don't have time to fill out the coupon and send it in and sign it and all that kind of stuff. So I would take a chance and I'd sign their name for them, and I'd send out the calculator. And I did this for about 6 months. And it was a problem. I looked at this problem and I said to myself, well, where's the opportunity in here? And I said, I know that nobody has taken advantage of me. Nobody has ripped me off in any way. So maybe I can figure out, maybe what I can do is, I know what I can do. And I looked at one of my ads and there was a coupon on it. And right above the coupon, I decided I would put the line, credit card buyers call toll free. It was small because I didn't want to draw attention. So I ran the ad, and I acquired some toll-free numbers, and we were deluged. This was like in 1973, October of 1973, and we were deluged with orders. And by noon, we had broken even, which before it used to take a week, 10 days, 2 weeks sometimes to know if you broke even, because it took a while for all those orders to come in and the checks or the credit card numbers and the signatures and all that stuff. So by noon, I knew I had a winner. So I kept advertising. I put this little line in there, credit card buyers call toll free. Well, I did that for about 6 months. And then I get a call from the Bell Systems, and they were the people who were in charge of selling toll-free numbers. And they called me up and they said, Mr. Sugarman, we have been observing your activity, and we would like to feature your company and your success in a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. And I said, well, it's illegal what I'm doing. I said, it's not the correct thing to do. And they said, no, we've already talked to the credit card companies. We've been monitoring you. We've been following your success, and we realize a great opportunity that you probably have discovered. So sure enough, they featured me in the Wall Street Journal, and as a result of that discovery and of that a combination of things that I put together and made happen, because of that problem that I turned into an opportunity, the whole direct marketing industry exploded. I mean, catalogs started to proliferate, mail order ads, fulfillment centers, call centers. In other words, it created a number of industries in direct marketing and increased the potential of direct marketing as a great vehicle. I have this philosophy that if you want to be successful, you learn all of the rules and you follow them one by one. But if you want to be super successful, you learn all of the rules and you break them one by one. Mm-hmm. I don't mean illegally or anything like that, but you understand what I'm saying. In other words, you've got to think out of the box. You've got to think different. And that's how I discovered Blue Blocker sunglasses. This is a company that I started 23 years ago, and it was from a problem. It originated from a problem. I was with a friend of mine, a manufacturer's representative, taking me to see a product, and I was squinting. It was a bright, sunny day in Los Angeles. We were driving down the 405, so he saw me squinting, and he handed me a pair of sunglasses, and I put them.